Well, hello, Yoli Nation. My name is Robby Fender. I am the president and CEO and founder of Yoli. And since I have started these Yoli tips, I want you to know that some amazing things have been happening. We've got people out there that are emailing me, they're calling me, and they're telling me, look, Rob, when I first got into Yoli, I was having absolutely no success. I was struggling. I didn't know what to do. Since I've been watching your Yoli tips and putting them into action and making them a daily habit, my business is flourishing. I'm sponsoring people every week. So with that being said, what I want to do right now is I want to give you a guarantee. I want to promise you something. I'm going to promise you and guarantee you that if you do what I'm about to tell you on this next video tip and you effectively apply these things, that you can't stop your business from growing. So with that being said, let's first talk about habits. There's really two types of habits. There's good habits and there's bad habits. You see, your mind, you have two parts of the mind. You've got your conscious and you have your subconscious. 80% of everything that's going on is happening with your subconscious. It's breathing for you when you're sleeping. It's making your heart beat. It's making your lungs function. All of these things are happening subconsciously. Consciously, you're creating new habits. Once the habit has been created, then the subconscious takes over. Let me give you an example of a good habit. Brushing your teeth. You probably brush your teeth every day. You don't think about it. You don't know you're doing it. You just automatically do it. Also, there's bad habits. What if you are drinking a sugary beverage or a soda every single day and you've made this a habit? Over the next year, if you do this every day, you're going to consume over 50 pounds of sugar. In fact, they said that the average American right now is consuming 175 pounds of sugar. So with what I want to do is I want to talk about these different types of habits. Now, there's some laws of the universe, and I want to get into these laws of the universe. But before I do that, I want to talk to you about people. I'll give you one example of another habit, which is working out. Let's say that you want to work out and you hit the gym, you hit it really hard and you pound it for over 3 hours. And at the end of 3 hours, the following day, you're exhausted. You can't even, I mean, literally, your body's so sore you can't move for the next week, the next 2 weeks. What happens? We're all driven off of pleasure and pain. The pain that just happened from working out, you're never going to work out again. So what happens? It ends up not being a habit. What would have been a good habit? You know, when I read The Slight Edge, this is how I found out to be effective. I started doing 10 push-ups a day. I said, I can do 10 push-ups a day. It won't take me more than 5 minutes. And I started doing it every day. Did it for a year. Guess what happens? At the end of the year, 3,650 push-ups. That made a difference. It became a habit, and all of a sudden I had put a habit in place that is now putting me in the direction that I wanted to go. So real quick, I told you I was going to talk about some laws of the universe. Sir Isaac Newton, sitting on an apple tree. Apple falls off, falls down, discovers gravity. We all know that if we throw something in the air here on this earth, it's going to fall down. It's a law. We know about electricity. We hit a light switch. The two pieces of electricity are going to connect. We're going to have a light bulb turn on. Again, it's a law. I want to discuss the analogy of a garden because I really believe it fits with what you're going to be doing in your business. And like I said at the very beginning of this, if you do these things, I'm going to promise you, I'm going to guarantee you, just like the law of the universe, you can't stop your Yoli business from growing. And eventually, as you teach people how to duplicate these things, you won't be able to stop it from exploding. Now, here is a garden. You've got a garden. All I want you to do in that garden is I want you to use the proper soil. You need to use a good soil, a good fertilizer. I also want you to effectively plant 1 seed a day. That is it. Effectively plant 1 seed a day, and I want you to follow up every day with some water and some sunshine. And every day you're going to plant a seed. Over a month you're going to have planted 30 seeds. Over a year you're going to plant 365 seeds. And I'm here to tell you that if you follow up every single day effectively, you can't stop those seeds from growing. That's just the way it is. So what I want to do is I want to give you two examples of how you can take your Yoli business and start effectively building it today. Look, we're all really busy. I know that you're using every 24 hours that you are given. Now, how do we make Yoli a daily habit? I believe you start simple, just like working out. What I'm going to want you to do, if you haven't watched my Yoli tip number 1 on how to effectively hand out a CD, you need to watch it. You need to go to Yoli Tools and purchase 100 of these CDs. It's called Alkalize to Live. I want to give you an example. I was just here recently having some reflexology done on my feet, and as I was sitting there, she was working on my feet for about an hour. The lady was telling me about the importance of having an alkaline diet versus an acidic diet. Well, sure enough, I had to ask her, have you ever heard of a product called Alkalite? And she Mika says, no, I never have. I said, we have a CD called Alkalized to Live. Have you ever listened to that CD? And she's like, nope, never heard of it. I said, well, I'll tell you what. I have the CD in my car right now. I would be happy to give it to you for free. One condition. She says, what's the condition? I said, promise me right now that if I give you this CD for free, that in the next 24 hours, you'll listen to it in its entirety. And so she told me, yep, I'd be more than happy to do that. So I went, grabbed her the CD. As I went to hand it to her, I immediately then said one more time, do you give me your word that you'll listen to it? And she said, absolutely. And I highly recommend that you learn how to get a double commitment. Gave her the CD, got her name, got her number. That way, we can follow up with them later. When we follow up, we're simply going to ask, did you watch the CD? That's your first question. If they did, you're going to then say, what did you like about it? And then they're going to fit in one of three categories. You're going to say, would you like to try some product and become a preferred customer? It's absolutely free. Would you like to learn how to get this product for free? Would you like to make some extra money with this product? And then let them decide. What you're doing is offering and bringing them something of educational value. And that's what people want to know. They want to be educated. They want to learn about things. And that's all you're doing is you're offering to educate them through this CD. But you've planted that seed. And that's all you did. I'm done for the day. You're done for the day. You plant that one seed a day. And then you do it over a period of time. It's going to come back as that garden grows. Now, another quick example I want to give you. There was a CEO that was here in our offices. He's one of the vendors that we work with. And he mentioned to me that he wanted to get back into the gym and start working out. And he had made a comment to me. He says, the only thing about working out is, he says, Rob, I just hate how sore I feel. Well, obviously, I said, well, have you heard anything about our exclusive ingredient called alkaline? He said, no, I haven't. I said, well, I'll tell you what. I would be more than happy to give you a free bottle of alkaline on the house. I only have two conditions. He says, what is that? I said, condition number one, I've got a CD here. It's called Alkalized to Live. Now, I'm going to give this CD to you, but I want you to promise me right now that when I give this to you, that you will listen to it completely. He said to me, I will be more than happy to, Rob. I'll put it in my car right now, and I will listen to it. And then I handed him the bottle. I gave him a bottle of alkaline. And I said to him, look, here's my second condition. You need to get a loading dose. I want you to take 3 of these capsules. He's about 180 pounds like myself. I said, I want you to take 3 capsules in the morning on an empty stomach. I want you to take 3 capsules on an empty stomach before you go to bed. Over the next 10 days, you're going to go through the entire bottle. If you do this and you're working out, I believe you will see some results. Well, I'm happy to report to each and every one of you out there that not only is this vendor of ours, the CEO, on the Yoli products now, he's now since then gotten the president of that company on the product. He's gotten the VP of marketing on the product. They absolutely love the Fun capsules, and they fell in love with the Fun Active Blast drink, our lemon lime drink. So what am I trying to say here? You guys, this business is so simple. Keep it simple. Make it a daily habit. Commit right now to yourself that you're going to build this Yoli business. You understand why we build a Yoli business? Like Robert Kiyosaki says, we are building an asset, and over a period of time, you're going to start with 1 person, then 2 people, and before you know it, it'll turn into 10. Before you know it, it'll turn into 100, then thousands, then tens of thousands, and you'll have tens of thousands of customers and distributors, and you will be receiving residuals from that for the rest of your life. And it simply started with a daily habit. Make a commitment right now to commit that you are going to plant 1 seed a day. You are going to run into somebody and you're going to get them to promise you, get a double commitment to listen to the CD 1 per day. You're going to go out and sample the product with someone. Again, 1 per day. Once you do it, you're done. The following day, you need to follow up. So you're going to collect their name and their phone number. If you do this and you keep repeating, watch this video over and over. Watch my video tip 1. Watch video tip number 2 so that you can educate yourself. But if you keep doing this over a period of time, here's what's going to take place. Not only are you going to plant 30 seeds, you will literally over an entire year you're going to be planting 365 seeds. Now, can you imagine if you have 10 people on your team doing this? See, there's going to be people watching you. They're going to see how easy it was, and they're going to want to do the same thing. Get 10 people on your team planting a seed per day. Now you're planting, literally, you're planting every single day over 300 seeds a month. You can't stop your business from absolutely exploding. So take this information, make the commitment, get busy, make it a daily habit, keep it simple. I want to leave you with my absolute favorite quote in the world, and that is, catch on fire with enthusiasm, and people will come from miles around to watch you burn. I want to thank